With freezer meals, you need to find what works best for you and your family. And so I say adapt, adapt, adapt. Find out how to do all of the freezer meals and all the different tricks and steps, and then adapt it to your lifestyle and see what will work best for you. I'll give you some ideas. One is just if you're making soup for dinner, instead of making one pot of soup, you may as well, if you're chopping everything and doing everything, double it. Make a huge pot. I make chili, and when I make chili, I make a huge pot of it. We have it for dinner, and then I freeze it in my bags, and this is great. I do different size of bags, small, medium, and large. Then I get different meals out of it. I can use a small bag for chili dogs. I can use a medium bag for if several people are coming over having a baked potato bar and that can be on it. Or if we just want to have chili for dinner, then I can take it out and have it. So you can do that with soups. If you're making lasagna and your family only eats half of it, just freeze the other half. Make it in 2 small 8x8s. You can just two nights a week, just plan on doubling your meal and freeze the other one, and then you'll always have a meal in your freezer that you can use if you're running out of time, if you're in a hurry, or you just don't feel like cooking that night. So doubling your meals every once in a while and freezing them is a great way. You can also just simplify your meals and make them a lot faster by following this really easy step. It's great. You go to the store and you buy your meat. You have to buy ground beef. Everyone hates buying ground beef, and if you buy a whole lot of it and you freeze it, then you have to get it out of the freezer, defrost it, cook it up. It takes 20 minutes just to get it on into the meal that you're trying to make, which takes more time. So what you do is you get your beef. You buy a large package of it, 10 pounds. You're going to cook it. There's several ways you can cook it, but cook it then. You can do it in the oven on a cookie sheet. You can do it on the stove. You can do it in a crock pot, however you want. And you're just going to ground it up. I suggest seasoning it then with garlic, salt, pepper, whatever you like. But it's great to already have it seasoned. And if you do most of your meals with onions in it when you have your beef, then you can just saute your onions and put them with it, so it's already ready. You take your beef and you freeze it in a bag. You just lay them flat and you freeze them and stack them up. If you're going to make a meal, it takes 2 minutes to thaw that bag out. Put it in the microwave, it thaws it out, it's cool, and you can add it to whatever dish you're using. Major time saver. You can also do this with your chicken, and there's a great benefit to doing it with your chicken. Whenever you freeze things, they get more moisture in them. Chicken can tend to be dry. And so when you cook your chicken and then you freeze it and you thaw it out again to use it, it's going to have more moisture in it, and it's going to taste even better. So doing your chicken, and you can also do that in the oven on a cookie sheet. You can do it, boil it on the stove. If you like it shredded for some recipes, you can pre-shred it. You can dice it and have it already, or you can do it in strips if you need them in strips. I like to do it on the George Foreman grill. It gives it a really good flavor. You can also salt that a little bit to your taste, season it however you want to have it pre-seasoned. It just makes it quicker for your meals. And it's great to have your chicken ready, because if you're making a meal that takes chicken, you don't have to worry about the defrost, the cook, and all the cutting boards and the mess and the raw chicken. It's so nice to not only deal with raw chicken once, and then you don't have to worry about it again. It's great. You can do it with your pork, you can do it with any of those things. It's a really quick help. Another simple thing with your chicken, if you like to barbecue and grill, then it's great to get your chicken, and you can slice it in strips and chunks, strips if you want to do shish kebabs, and you can add it to your bag with whatever marinade you want. You can buy marinades, you can make marinades, there's many great recipes, and you can also do this with steak or any pork or any kind of meat. This one's really quick. You just put your raw meat in your bag, and then you put in your marinade and just mix it together with your hands, seal it up. It's going to marinate in the chicken as it freezes. As it thaws out, it's marinating again. It really gets deep into this chicken, and it's going to be really tasty. And then there's no waiting all day or hours to have a great marinade. You just have it done and ready. So if you buy a big thing of chicken, just divide it up, do some barbecue, do some fajita, do some garlic, whatever you want. It's going to be a great help, especially for grilling in the summer. Another great thing is in the summer and spring, you have lots of fruit. You go buy a big thing of strawberries and have lots of extra. You can always freeze them. You can use a freezer bag, or you can use the ceiling freezer bags. Those kind of keep it more fresh. But, you know, say you just didn't finish them all, instead of letting them go moldy and go to waste, just freeze them. They're great. You take them out, you can take them straight frozen and make any smoothie drink that you want. They're great to put on top of pancakes, or we do them on crepes all the time. You can freeze your rhubarb. There's always extra rhubarb, and then you get great rhubarb crisp all through winter instead of just in the summer. You can also, of course, freeze a lot of your vegetables from your garden that you have left over. So you can freeze your corn, and one great thing is your zucchini. You can use this to make zucchini bread. You can make casseroles out of it if you slice it. So freeze your extra fruits and vegetables. That's going to help save some time, and it's just going to be a great, you're not wasting food then. You can also freeze your bananas. That's a great one. Say your bananas are growing old, you're not ready to make banana bread, but you really don't want to throw away these 4 bananas that just went brown. You can just seal them up in a Ziploc bag and put them in there. You can peel them first if you want to, or you can leave them in the pill. I leave them in the pill. I let them run under the hot water for a little bit till they're just a little loose, and they just pop right out. It's actually pretty fun. And so then you just let them sit in your bowl, and you can mash them up, and you can make banana bread, banana cake, whatever you want, but you never have to throw away your bananas again. So that's a great time saver and a money saver. Another way to do freezer meals is to prepare them for a month. You can make a list and decide and spend one long day making meals. And it is a long day, but just think, you don't have to cook for a whole month. I think it's worth it. It's great. And then also another way to do freezer meals, there's lots of different ways. Just find one that works for you. There's a lot of them out there. But another one is to do a group. To have a group. You can do it with 2 friends or 3 friends, 4 friends, however you want to do it. You can get together and make the meals, which I think is great because it's always more fun with a friend cooking and cleaning. And so you can divide up your meals, and she can say, I'm going to pay for and buy the things for 5 chicken meals, and I'll say I'm going to do it for 5 beef meals, and you agree on it and you get together. And each of you are in charge of the prep work that you have to do the night before. And then when you get here, then you're there to assemble and put them all together. And then you have all your meals. You can do this separately, where I just choose my meals and 3 other girls choose their meals, and we pick a day that we're going to exchange them. And so we can each exchange them, and then you just do your own meals at your house, and then you get their meals. You just have to make sure you have a good group of friends that you trust and that you're okay saying, oh, I didn't really like that one. Let's not do that next time. So it has to kind of be a close group if you're going to do it as a group. So those are different ways that you can do freezer meals to adapt to your lifestyle.